Hello everyone, this is Theme Park Central and I am back with another week of Disney video, and this one it will be a mega edition, so I'm going to be going over the biggest news of the past 2 to 3 weeks. There has been a good amount of it, so I'm just going to get right into this. Please make sure to subscribe and like. I should be back on the weekly schedule with the week of Disney coming out every Monday. A car locator feature has been revealed for the Disney app, so lots of people have trouble finding their cars in the parking lot since they're so big. Now there are signs to kind of tell where you are, but people still can get lost very easily. Personally, I can remember pretty much the sign and the number of where my car is. I don't have to take a picture of the spot. I can just remember it. So, but some people can't. So, this is a great feature. I think it's free and it's a really good addition that should have been here a long time ago, so less people had to struggle with finding their car. Moving on, MagicBand Plus has officially released throughout Walt Disney World. It kind of had a little false release a few months ago, but it's here for real now. And so these cost between $35 and $45 depending on what style of them you get. They have like a chip in the middle and the Bluetooth. You can use them to get into parks like the other one, but they can also interact with shows, statues in the Batu Bounty Hunters game. So these do have some added function into them. They can change colors and stuff. And to be honest, they're not that much more expensive than Magic Bands. Magic Bands, some of them got close to $30, I think. So I really do not have many complaints at all with this. I think this is a good release, and I hope they really integrate them into more and more stuff, because sometimes they just release stuff and abandon it. But I think the company should really embrace these Magic Bands. I think they will sell well. The price is not too outrageous, so they should sell pretty well. I think this is actually a pretty good deal compared to the other Magic Band. Don't tell Bob Chapek that, though. Um, so yeah, I'm going to move on to the next piece of news, which is the fighting going on at Disney World. Some happens at Disneyland. It's mostly at Disney World, and so there's this big brawl, as you can see, in Fantasyland a few weeks ago, and then recently there's another like skirmish of some sort, maybe a smaller one, for like show spots in Hollywood studios, and it's been a bunch of stuff. I don't know if more of this is just getting revealed now, or if there's actually way more fights, because it used to be like, oh, we were getting one once a month after COVID. Before COVID, I don't think I didn't hear about all this stuff as much, but I wasn't quite into the news as much as I am now. So I don't know how it was before COVID. And lots of people say that this is a result of the lockdown, but we're too far past that now. I don't think it is. I think the number one reason this is happening is because of the heat. It just eats away at everybody. It's really hot, and then they just get angry. Their patients go straight to the floor, and then you have fights starting like this to maybe get in the AC or get a spot in line or get a spot for food or anything like that. It's just really kind of sketchy. People have ice thin patience. Uh, so yeah, I think it's the number one reason. Number two reason, I think it's all of the technology that's um been like put into the park. You have to use your phone, and maybe some people get mad with that. And then also, it's just a more and more expensive vacation So that kind of makes the pressure to have a perfect vacation, but when that doesn't happen, people tend to get angry. So yeah, it's really tough. If I had any tips to stay out of this, I would say maybe don't go in the summer if you can. It's too hot in Florida, and the crowds are very large. And I would say just enjoy the park as you can to not get too focused in doing as many rides as you want. Pick out 1 or 2 rides per park that you want to go on that day, and then you can just kind of chill in the park for the rest of the day. I think it's your best bet for having a more enjoyable day at the park. Going over to Europe, which I've not covered before on this series, the Avengers campus there has opened. It includes a rethemed rock and roller coaster called Flight Force, which looks decent. And then you have the Pim Kitchen, which I think it's a sit down here. And then I think you have some kind of form of web explainers as well. So I think I've heard that this is a little better than what they have over there in California. So it looks like they have some nice character interactions, but this is very good for that park. The Walt Disney Studios Park in Paris has long been regarded as one of the worst parks, or the worst park of all of the Disney parks worldwide. So this is not going to make it good all of a sudden. It will have to add some more stuff in, but this is a really good addition for that park, and even a little better than maybe Avengers Campus in California. A new addition has been made to the Toy Story Land in Walt Disney World, and this is the Just Eat's Trading Post. You get dumped out of the Midway Mania ride right into the shop, and I have to say they did a good job with this one. It's a tight space, but it's a place inside in the land to sell merchandise, which they did not have before, and it's pretty well detailed, especially for the JPEG era. It's up there with the best detail for the JPEG era, which is pretty funny since it's just Toy Story themed. So yeah, just shows how little detail there has been recently, but this is a good turnaround, and it continues the classic theme of where you get dumped out into a gift shop after riding an attraction. So that's like a Disney tradition almost to sell merchandise, because you just want to ride and you want to buy this to think of your time or something like that. Speaking of some of that architecture, there's a lot of different architecture than the other cruise ships on the Disney Wish. So I'm kind of just going to break this down right here in this video about it. They've started the sailings, and it does look very good. I have to say, it looks better than the other ships. Now, I have not been on it, so I can't do like an official review. I hope to go on that one day, but who knows when I'll get to go on it. So yeah, it's definitely more modern and updated. I have to say, the other cruise ships, when you watch videos of them, you have to think that they look dated, especially when you compare them to what they have over there at big cruise lines like Royal Caribbean and Norwegian and other stuff like that. They were doing more. It just looked a little more modern on those ships, but this is very updated. The Grand Hall, I forget what it's called, but the entrance that it's in the kind of top part of the screen with the big chandelier, that it looks a bit different. There's less wood in it, and it actually reminds me a lot of the Grand Floridian, just kind of how it's all white. I think it looks way more, just way fancier than the other entrances they had, so that's great. The ship size, I think it's a little bigger than the other two, the Fantasy and Dream, I believe they're called. I think I have that right. I think it's a little bigger than those, not too sure about that. They added the Aqua Mouse, which It's decent. It's not that much better than the Aqueduct. It's maybe a little shorter in length, so that's kind of just a decent water slide. Hopefully when they do another ship, they do better than that, because they should be able to. I mean, the screens are so small, I feel they should just do them like all around. Maybe like a screen all around in the tunnel and it's like a wave going over. I think that would be a pretty cool idea. And also more of an outdoor section to this so you can see what's going on outside. That's the cool part of this. You're above the water and the sharks are getting at you from down underwater. So that's kind of the whole point of it. And then they have lots of nice Star Wars offerings, including the Hyperspace Lounge, which looks pretty cool. I think that's really well done, mostly because of the screen. The screen, they really aced it. You can know the planets you're going by. That's, I think, is what they should have gone for the. They should have done a little more like that for the Halcyon, more planets, I think. And then that's kind of what Space 220 should have been like. So they did that pretty well, and then a new lineup of restaurants. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. Some of it it's a little more modern and cleaner lines, which is usually like less detailed, but I actually don't mind it too much on this ship. I just like because when I think of a Disney cruise ship, I kind of think that it's gonna be a little bit dated because those other first ships kind of were starting to get dated. So, yeah, overall, I think this is a pretty good ship with lots of good stuff to do. That's going to do it for this video. I should be back on Monday with another week of Disney, and this is Theme Park Central signing out.